Hello everybody, it's literacy time and today is a very special day. It's World Book Day and that is when lots of children in schools, if they were open, dress up as their favourite characters and share their favourite stories. Today I'm going to share one of my favourite stories with you. It's sort of linked to a farm because there is a cow in the story. There's a cow. There's a little boy, there are some magic beans and a giant. Can you guess what my storybook is? Jack and the Beanstalk. Elephant's here to listen. I know we usually have our storybook on a Monday, don't we? That's right, we had Squash and a Squeeze, but today is World Book Day, so we're going to have another little story today before we do our work. Jack and the Beanstalk. Deep in the countryside lived a widow and her son, Jack. Their cottage was crumbling and their clothes were patched. They were very, very poor. One day, Jack's mother said, "We must sell our cow. Take her to market, Jack, and bring home some gold pieces." And so he set off to town. Jack doesn't look very happy about it, does he? Neither does the cow. Can you see the farmyard behind them? And there's a scarecrow. We talked about scarecrows at harvest time, didn't we? But before Jack got very far, he met a strange little man. "That's a fine cow," the man said. "I'll swap you 5 magic beans for her." "Magic beans?" said Jack. "Are they really magic?" "Magic they are. Or chop off my beard and knit it into a jumper," croaked the little man. Magic beans! Jack couldn't wait to tell his mother. He clutched them tightly and ran all the way home. Uh-oh. Jack's mother was furious. "We need money, not useless old beans," she cried, and she threw them out of the window in disgust. But late that night, a tiny sprout poked out from the ground. And then it grew, and grew, and grew. The next morning, the beanstalk stretched high into the sky. "The beans were magic!" Jack cried. But what's at the top? Jack climbed up, up, up the beanstalk. At last he reached the very top. And there, shimmering in the sunlight, was a magnificent castle. Just then, Jack's stomach rumbled. "I must find some breakfast," he thought, and he tapped on the castle door. The door creaked open, and a huge giantess smiled down. "Hello!" Jack shouted up. "Please, do you have any food?" "You poor thing," boomed the giantess. "Come right in, but quickly, before the giant gets up." What a marvellous feast! There was an enormous loaf of bread and a gigantic jar of jam. Jack tucked in at once. But suddenly the room began to shake. Boom, boom, boom! "Goodness me!" cried the giantess. "He's coming!" And she shoved Jack under a teacup to hide. Into the room stomped a big, scary, hungry giant. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," he said. "Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Don't be silly. There's nobody here but us," the giantess scolded. "Now go and wash your hands before breakfast." Can you see Jack's little feet poking out from underneath the teacup? I hope he isn't spotted. Jack trembled and shook. "I must leave now," he thought. He was halfway down the hall when he heard a squawk. It was a hen with bright golden feathers. "Help!" she clucked. "Set me free and I'll lay you golden eggs every morning." Jack scooped up the hen, but then he heard huge footsteps thundering after him. Who do you think that is? I think you're right. "Fee, fi, fo, fum," roared the giant. "I smell the blood of an Englishman. And there he is." Jack raced out of the door. He jumped and slid down the beanstalk, down, 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 all the way back to his cottage. "Mother, quick, bring the axe," he shouted. Jack's mother swung the axe at the beanstalk. Whack! It shuddered and shook, and then the giant came tumbling down. Fee, fi, fo, crash! And that was the end of the giant. Jack hugged his mother tight. "Look what I found," he said, and he showed her the golden hen. "Oh, Jack," said his mother, "I'm so glad you're safe, and you're right about those magic beans." So Jack and his mother and the golden hen all lived happily ever after, and with lots of golden eggs, they were never poor again. The end. So that is one of my favourite stories that I wanted to share with you for World Book Day. Maybe you could look at your books and pick out which one is your favourite or one of your favourites and share it with one of the adults in your family. Would you believe that someone just came and asked me if they could buy Tom for magic beans? Number one, I would never sell Tom, and number two, there is no such thing as magic beans. Anyway, the wise old man left and left me with these beans. What should I do with them? Oh, don't worry, he didn't take Tom. What can I do? Look at them, can you see? Just rubbish. Why would they work? For today's work, you're going to need your digraph card and your single sound sheet. Can we just flick through the digraphs quickly because you're going to need to know these today? Go. Clue. Whirl and twirl. Clue. Clue. That's not fair. Clue. If you don't need the clues, fantastic. Clue. Clue. Or. Clue. 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 Some of you are doing this without clues. It's fantastic. O. Ch. E. Ow. Oo. A. I just told you the answer. R. And back to whirl and twirl. Shall we take a look at today's pictures? They're not animals, but they're items you might find on a farm. How did you get on with your farms yesterday? I've seen some incredible pictures. You're so creative. I need to tidy up my farm. I've left it outside. Let's have a look at our pictures. Okay, let's have a look at our words. Today we've got, some may think it's mud. If you've done this already and you've written mud, that's absolutely fine, don't worry. Dirt, dirt. Can you tell me the digraph that you might find in dirt? Not actually find it in the dirt, but if you use your robot arms, which digraph is in the middle of dirt? Dirt. D-ert. Dirt. Did you hear whirl and twirl? Dirt. Before I write any, I want to go through the rest of the words. So I've got dirt, hay, farm, shed, pond, and corn. Ask your parents if you can't remember the pictures. If instead of writing corn, you've done this already and you've written food, if you've written water instead of ponds, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry, it's just about practice. It's about saying a word and writing the sounds you hear. So dirt. D. Whirl and twirl. Whirl and twirl. D. D. T. Dirt. D. Dirt. You'll need your digraph card to make sure you're writing the digraphs correctly and make sure you get those letters the right way round. Hay. A. Hay. I can hear A. A. May I play? A. A. May I play? A. How about farm? R. Can you shout out the digraph you could hear? R. 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 Start the car. R. R. Start the car. R. Far. It's not called a far. It's a farm. 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 Do you think you can do the rest of this by yourselves? I think that you can. I cannot wait for you to come back next week and show me how far you've come with your learning. I think your parents have done such a fantastic job of being your teachers. They deserve you to do some little jobs for them or to be really, really well behaved for them, don't they? Okay, I'll see you very soon for maths.